episode of Sister Soul Sessions. So thank you everyone for consistency. And we are joined today by the lovely Whitney of Kangen Water, our retired boutique owner turned global business coach. And I mean that with emphasis. I am your host, Brittany, joined by my co-host, and I'll let her introduce herself.
I'm Amanda. Hello, everybody. Again, this is episode 11, and I'm excited because y'all know number 11 is my favorite number.
Yes, 11 is
yes.
actually my master number in numerology. So
Yes. I'm a 25. Okay. I love that. We're going to get on that then.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you guys heard her voice, our special guest today, Whitney. I will let you introduce yourself and let everyone know a little bit about your business and your whole deal.
Yeah. You guys, my name is Whitney Marie. Go ahead and give me a follow, Whitney Marie Official. Yes. I have been working for myself since 2014. Tried and true entrepreneur. This isn't my first endeavor. This is actually like my second endeavor that I got in because, like you said, I owned my own clothing boutique, and I had that business for 6 years actually here in Huntington Beach, California. And I wanted to become a clothing boutique owner because, I mean, I did all the things. Like I went to school and got the grades and got the internship and got the job. And I was like, wait, I don't want a career in what I just got my degree in, like, you don't know what you're doing. And I didn't know what I wanted to be, I was just like, okay. So I fell into a corporate job. I was in retail and fashion for almost a decade. And when I was 26 years old, that's kind of when I had this aha moment. Like, I can't work for corporate America. I can't work for the man. Like, it just wasn't for me. And so it took me 2 years of planning and preparation. And when I was 28 years old, I like to say I jumped off the cliff of entrepreneurship. Yeah. And I opened my own brick and mortar. So having your own brick and mortar physical location, for those of you that have one, you guys know that everything that comes along with that. But I didn't have anybody telling me how to open up a boutique, how to get rent, how to buy clothes, how to do a buy, how to find a spot, how to do taxes, how to do, how to ticket and inventory and all this stuff. And I figured it out, and I learned a lot during that process. But I also learned a lot during that process that I had a bigger calling on my heart. God put a bigger calling on my heart, a bigger purpose on my heart. And I didn't know what that was. And so for many years, I was kind of searching for a couple years, like kind of when I knew I didn't want to do my boutique anymore. I was just kind of exhausted, physically, mentally, and financially. I had a business partner in the beginning of the boutique, and a couple years in, she quit. And we're still good friends. She's still one of my homegirls. We got through that, but it's not for the faint of heart, and when I carried on the boutique on my own, it just wasn't the same. I was earning the same money, but it came at a cost to my health. And that's kind of when the water was introduced to me. And people think about water, like, what do you mean? You're in the business of water? Well, yeah, there's 8 billion people on the world, and I know 100% of them drink water. So, I going from like fashion and retail to water, it was a total 180, but like kind of my friend that introduced it to me, I knew the water worked. It helped her on her cancer journey. And she owned her own brick and mortar aesthetic salon. So she was in the beauty industry. I was in the fashion industry, and we honestly became best friends and business besties. And I mean, you guys know you have 3 sisters. You guys are literally sisters, boss sisters.
Yeah.
But like
that's why
when you
I put my head down. Yeah. I was like, it kind of touched home a little bit.
Yeah, because hey, like you can't, like, your sisters ain't going nowhere, and you're doing business with your sisters, so it's different. But like, it's you have 3 sisters, and you guys know how amazing it feels to be in business with powerful women. How good does it feel?
I mean, honestly, it's amazing. Like you said, we've had other business partners or have tried this and other, dynamics, and those things have failed, or, and you've kept friendships, but some of ours have, completely been severed. So, that's kind of what made us be like, why are we doing that? with anybody else when we have, you know, the brain power and the manpower here. So no, I love that you touched on that, because when you think that you're going into something with somebody that has the same mindset or they want the same things, but you realize quickly that you don't.
It's kind of like you don't know somebody till you live with them. You know what I'm saying?
I was in business with a Gemini, and Lord, like it was
so you're
a
in business with 3
roller
people,
coaster. Like it was a real roller coaster. Like, but I love her to death. I wish her nothing but the best, you know. But it was a lot to where we just branched out, went our separate ways. I opened up my own boutique.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's really like, it's really a marriage, and like, you know, and it's ugly. It can get ugly if there's a divorce in the marriage of business. But that's what I like to say is like, I just like, and I'm so glad that you ladies reached out, because like, I'm on the tip of like just linking with powerful women. Like, I don't care what you do. I want to link up with you. I want to, like I said, I'm like, what you ladies doing? You got a boutique, you know, you have dreams of what you're building right now. Yeah. And learn from each other and be inspired from one another.
Yeah.
Everybody has this fire.
Yeah. I love that. I love
iron sharpens iron. I really believe that. Yeah.
Just want to encourage one another.
I literally said that the other day. I was like, iron sharpens iron, and some of y'all butter knives out here. And keep the butter knife away. Okay? Because like, you know, like I need somebody to be.
That will be the title.
Like, let's go. You know,
that will be the title of this episode. Thank you. Dropped from Whitney right there.
Yeah, like that. I'm dropping some gems there. It's like, we ain't no butter knives. We're looking for
no
those,
butter
like,
knives in our drawer anymore. Yes, seriously, because it really is warfare, honestly. With yourself, even not even with other people or the industry that you're in, just with internally fighting with yourself, believing that I can do this today. Like, so today, before this, so every Thursday I have a freak out moment anyway, but today was extra emotional for me. And I just told her, I'm like, yeah, I'm just getting ready, just crying. She's like, why are you crying? I don't know. It's just today. I met with some new clients today. I kind of felt like, maybe you're not ready for this, or maybe you're stepping too far out. You did, like you said earlier, I did all this work to get all these degrees, and I'm in IT that already works. I make a lot of money. I'm just trying, you know, like, is this where you're truly going? But like you said, it is your divine path. Yeah, like.
I met somebody. I'm in this mastermind because, you know, now I do the water full time. I ended up selling my clothing boutique. I ended up selling my clothing boutique a month before COVID. Go figure. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
God was looking out for me. February 2020, I sold the boutique, and cheers to that. I sold the boutique, and I'm like, okay, went from a non-essential to an essential business. And then just blew it up, you know, blew it up. Now I'm working with people all over the world, educating people about the importance of their water, like helping them, like, really what's in your water, do you value your health? Like, let's really get back to basic stuff, right? Like, we're going, just like you said, Britt, like, we're going through, like, you have this job, and you make great money, but there's something tapping on your heart. There's something tapping on your soul. And that's what I want, like, every single person that's going to be rewatching this, hashtag replay, right? Send this out to some people right now, you know,
most replay.
Yeah. Like, hashtag the replay, tag us, follow us. But it's like, I'm in this mastermind, and this mastermind's a $30,000 mastermind. And you have to make at least 6 figures to even qualify to be there. So 6 figures is the floor of this mastermind. And there's this guy from Switzerland, and he had his own company, super successful, really had no reason to go off and want to try and start and do something new. Right. And we're like, well, why? Like, why would you go out and do this? He just said, like, I just knew that I could make more of an impact in a different industry, in a different profession. And everybody thought I was crazy, and I went out and did this. And this guy, he still has shares in his company. He was making a ton of money before he got involved, you know, in this profession. Homeboy's now making like a $300,000 a month. And he's like,
because he was gonna make that regardless where he was. It was about following his.
It was about the purpose. Path, It was about the passion. It was about the fulfillment. It was about being in here and being of service to other people and humanity and helping other people. And listen, I was serving women in my clothing boutique. Don't get me wrong. It's incredible to make women feel beautiful in their own skin. Doesn't matter what size, shape, color, whatever. Like when you become a stylist and you can be there and you can like serve a woman and make them feel amazing. Like, I love that. I did that for basically 15 years of my life. And then I was like, what's next for me? Like, I feel I gotta, like, I'm impacting people this way, but I feel I have to impact people on a bigger and larger scale. And, you know, and then in comes the water. I was searching, but you know, I'm like, water? Like, what do you mean? Like, water?
Yeah. Can I make this work?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I found out you was a special guest and I just Googled you, I followed you, I just started, you know, educating myself on everything that you do. And I was just like, water. Like,
right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's water.
Everybody
going down the water.
Good water.
You go down the water rabbit hole. So yes, I sell these medical.
No, I did. Yeah.
I sell the medical grade water ionizers all over the world, but I'm not a salesperson because really what I do is coach and develop people. I coach and develop people to teach them how to get to where I've gotten. Because ladies, I've earned over $500,000 in the last 3 or 4 years. Talking about a goddamn global pandemic going out here. People out here losing everything.
Water.
You know, like people out here. I could have lost everything. I literally was, I don't know where I would be had I not found this, had my best friend not come into my store as a clothing boutique, speak life into me. Whitney, you're worth so much more. You could do so much more. And I started thinking, but I am worth so much more. I can do so much more. I don't want to be in these four walls every single day. Like, I need to be out. Like, I need to be on stages. I need to be writing books. I need to be speaking on stages, because y'all know that there's a gap in strong female women, strong female women, and on speaking stages, on for business and for coaching.
They're actually encouraging and not the mean girl, you know, atmosphere that gets created. So yeah, definitely. And that's why I asked you. And I was like, you know, this is a long shot because, like I said, you were like skyrocketed. But I wanted everyone to hear this story because I know when I met you, and I mean, you sold me on the water. I'm a cancer patient for everyone, or previous, because hold on, previous healed. I'm actually a year from my last surgery, final dealings with this.
Praise God.
You know, and when we met, it was such an impactful thing. I was like, wow, that's so crazy. So I drink a gallon of water every day. I have. As a kid, I've just always been that way. I'm just one of the healthiest people ever. So the fact that I kept getting sick, you know, was very, you know, this crazy to me. And when we were talking, and I was like, bro, what if this is because of the water? I drink a gallon of water, but I always carried a gallon of water with me, remember? And this could be it would be spring water, but it was always like, you know, some plastic, whatever type. And I'm a person that has it in their car. I'll keep 5 of them and just grab, you know what I mean? And I was just sitting there listening to her like, she just sold me on water. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is something I consume all the time. I don't need any special anything. Yeah, but if you can explore and go into this life water, because that's what it is, life-giving water. And just explain what this really does.
Have you guys heard of miracle water before? Like in the world, like from the earth? You guys have heard of that, right?
Well, only because I'm sick, so I won't.
She's like, I was doing my research.
Sorry.
So, you guys, this water is, and without getting too sciencey, you know, because there's science involved in it and there's research involved in it. But on this road of life, we get one vehicle. What does this vehicle run on? Runs on water. We're 75% water. We're not 75% food. We're not 75% supplements. We're not 75% exercise, even though we exercise to get these muscles, right? And keep the whole thing in function. But the missing piece and the missing link to most people's health is true living water that can actually has energy. You know that we're electric beings. You know, our heart is electric. Our mind is electric. You guys ever get around people and you're like, ooh, their vibe, their energy is bringing me down, or ooh, their energy is lifting me up.
Right.
We're electrical beings. So this water, actually, there are 5 places around the world where the earth naturally produces It's called electrolyzed reduced water is the medical term for this water, where it's supercharged through the Earth's electrical core through electricity, okay, that creates active hydrogen, which is the smallest liquid antioxidant on the planet. It's a gas that's created through electricity. And this water is the most abundant form of water around the world. However, we typically don't have access to it because when lightning strikes an ocean, when lightning strikes a lake, you guys know the ocean is alkaline. The ocean has electrons. When you go to the ocean and you go to the beach and you're absorbing the sun, you're in the water, you're absorbing the electrons. Why do you think you feel good? Why do you think we gravitate towards places and want to go on vacation that have water, right? When we feel peace when we're at water. So that's what this machine does. I don't sell the water. I sell the machine because I sell it to anybody around the world. So you hook up this machine and it makes this water that is the strongest measured liquid antioxidant on the planet. And you can't bottle it. You can't mass produce it because, ladies, what happens? Like, if I have the freshest green juice in the world, like the freshest, most organic, homegrown vegetables, I make a fresh green juice and I give it to you, I'm gonna be like, but don't drink it yet. Drink it in a month.
Oh.
Drink it in a month.
Oh, so it has no nutrients or anything now.
I'm talking about. So most people are out here drinking the dead water, drinking acidic water, drinking microplastic water. I don't care even if you're buying the aquapana in the bottle. That didn't just come here from like, you know.
You didn't get it from the stream, right? Yeah.
It's not coming from Fiji or like Evian from the Swiss Alps. It's like people buying out here Fiji and Evian. And that's some of the oldest, dustiest water. By the time that gets to you from across the ocean in a barge to here in Long Beach, bottled, mass-produced, sent everywhere, that water's like older than your grandma. So like people start thinking, when you start going down these water rabbit holes, and I mean, I've helped upwards of 500 families get this water technology, businesses, average people. Yes, this is an expensive device, but if you prioritize your health, you're going to be buying this machine. I had a guy I met on Facebook.
Exactly.
He is on disability. He gets $600 a month from the state. He can't work because he's so sick. He's unhireable. Nobody will hire him. And he has health issues. I don't care who you are. If you prioritize your health, you're going to invest in this machine. He just bought his a few months ago. He's already seen the benefits in the neuropathy in his feet. And then we're teaching him how to empower him. Amanda, you're talking about financial literacy, right? You're talking about like people being on. We need to get this information out there about financial literacy, about their health, because there are two things that people suffer from. They suffer from being broke and being sick, and they're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. But it's like,
and that is the results, of being broke and having these food deserts and the scarcity of even the knowledge of living water. You know, thinking about how long it took for your water to get there, as healthy as we think that we're eating, how long did it take to get there? And this is a way to have that sourced right at your house.
So the machine, it makes 7 types of waters. There's 100 uses: cooking, cleaning, pesticide removal. You know, Bill Gates out here trying to get us with his GMO food. Okay.
Girl,
you know,
girl. He's bought up so much farmland.
Tell me why Bill Gates. Tell me why Bill Gates is the largest farm owner in the United States. These are facts, people.
A tech. Oh,
and you know that Bill Gates, that he won't like. Bill Gates, yes, and he's making his own GMO food, okay? But tell me,
vaccines,
everything. Tell me why Bill Gates didn't get in the vaccine. Tell me why Bill Gates owns like 40 of these machines. He bought them for every single person in his family, put them in his home. What do these people know that we don't?
Wow.
What do Kylie Jenner bought 18 of these machines? How do I know? Her holistic massage therapist sold it to her when she was pregnant with her second kid. Holistic massage therapist starts drinking this water. You start getting more energy. You start seeing the benefits, and it's like your body's actually being hydrated for the first time ever. It's like we think we're a Ferrari, but we're out here putting in like 87 Arco into our Ferrari.
Right.
Like thinking we gonna run, but we got a jalopy, you know, like the wheel's about to fall off, and
all that sludge, just getting built up.
And so like I just love, like, I love talking about money. I love talking about financial literacy. I love talking about like I want to be a time machine for people, you know, like I've been doing this.
I say that all the time. I'm a time capsule. I always say that.
Right,
I'm
right.
a time machine and a time capsule. I want you to know what you could do above, as above, so below. So it's everything behind and
What
before
they say,
and
think big,
forward.
Yes.
So
gotta
I love
think
that.
big.
Like I want to be a
So
time
yeah, I
capsule.
love
Like
that.
we're here to show
Hmm.
you. You're here looking at some
Hmm.
three boss female women that are out here doing the damn thing, that are out here building their businesses, building their brands, building their reputation, out here getting
Hmm.
on lives, being consistent, sharing the message. Because
Yeah,
listen, one of my mentors, 34 years old, colon cancer, stage 4.
yeah.
Like it's just we gotta talk
And
more
it's really
about
the
this.
environment we're taking, yeah, and that's why it was so well, so we met at a breast cancer walk,
Yep.
so already on the topic, and then obviously I was there because obviously we do other alternative healing, and I am a survivor. I've had a few, and I just survived thyroid cancer, so I had the surgery unfortunately, but I'm healed, so fortunately. So that's what, we really resonated on, because it is so much about, not only do you sell the water or the machines and teach about that type of healing, but your company and you really instill, overall
Yep.
healing and really encouraging your customers and things like that. So I really like to touch on that and how that brought you to like your global speaking, and how, like, because if you watch, it has nothing to do a lot of times with the machine. Honestly, it's just like, "Whoa, girl, go ahead." Like, I'm always like, "Whitney, you're preaching today." So it's just like, you know what I mean? So like, I kind of want to transition to that, because you're really getting on your TED Talk, like, atmosphere. You're there, girl. So how did you transition to that, and really knowing that I can speak life, not only give life with this water, but speak it?
That's such an amazing question. And it comes through grief, it comes through heartache, it comes through tragedy.
Okay.
That's I never spoke on a stage until 2020. I never even knew that I had this gift, that I had this voice, that I could speak on stage. Because the first time I spoke on stage in front of, not even on stage, I was speaking in front of 30 people in like a networking group. Because when I joined
Right.
this, they're like, go get in. I'm very coachable. And they're like, go join a networking group. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to join a networking group. And then I had like 7 minutes and I'm
Yeah.
like talking about the water, and I'm like going on my PowerPoint and my lips are quivering.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa. I'd never spoken in front of somebody. And then I was like, the 7 minutes was up. I didn't even get through 3 of my slides. I was like, I don't need this stupid paper. I was like, I have it all here. I have it all here in my heart. Right. And all of my greatest triumphs have come after my greatest tragedies. And I've really let loss and death teach me so much about how I want to live. My best friend, who introduced me to this water, when she first got introduced to it, she was 28 years old, told that she had 3 months to live, pancreatic cancer. We all know how deadly pancreatic cancer is.
Yeah.
She said, fuck that.
Yeah.
I ain't going out like that. She was a single mom. She had a 5-year-old son at that time. She ended up discovering the water, and she was working for a Japanese company. This is a Japanese technology. They started bringing her the water. Long story short, the oncologist said, I don't know what you're doing, but you're now a candidate for this surgery. And she had this life-saving surgery because her tumors were shrinking. They removed over 20 tumors out of her. And she was able to manage her disease for another 9 years. But unfortunately, a little less than 2 years ago, her original wound opened up and she became septic. Her cancer came back. She was intubated for almost over a month. She came back out of that. I'm not lying to you, girls.
God.
We were literally selling machines on her deathbed. She was telling me, Whit, this is how much we believed in this water. This is how much we believed of what this product could do for people. We're not out here to sell you a product and get a commission. We're out here on a co-mission. You know what I'm saying? With our human, our like mind, our people around the world.
Yeah.
And she passed away. she passed away 2 days after Christmas. I'll never forget that Christmas. I went and visited her at the hospital, and I was just talking to my friend, and she was saying, I'm gonna get out. We're gonna run this shit, Whit. We're gonna run this. We got this. We're going up. And I got her back. Her account is still in her son's name. Her son just turned 16. She still has team members that I coach and I work with. And we get this residual money because when her son turns 18, we're going to have something for him.
That's what's up.
No,
That's beautiful.
I applaud you.
So I speak her name, Vanessa Morlett. Like, I speak her name. Boss Lee, my mentor who just passed away, who was battling stage 4 cancer. You know what? You know, when I said, like, when you find that powerful woman, and you guys are soul sister sessions, right? That's what we're talking about. You guys are soul sisters. She was my soul sister. Her energy's still here. It lives in me. And with Boss Lee, you know, with Boss Lee, I resonated so much with Boss Lee. I joined this $30,000 mastermind. She's in that mastermind. I got close to her. I saw that she was going to be close to me. She has this machine. She was like, this water's dusty. I saw it on her Instagram. I'm like, we're coming to you. We're bringing to Newport Beach. We're coming to Gallons just so I can meet her, so I could get around her greatness, because I saw something in her that I had lost in my soul sister, that I had lost that ride or die. You talking about ride or die? We're literally riding or dying, girl. Like,
and then beyond, you kept it on.
Keeping it on and keeping it going. And it's like with Boss Lee, as tragic as this is with Boss Lee, knowing that she was literally getting her doctor, her oncologist were telling her that you're clean, the cancer is going away. Just get a scan in 6 months. 2 days later, she's dead. Okay? 2 days later, she's dead. And I, like, all of that and you guys see me, like, I don't even post a lot about the water anymore because people know I'm the water queen. Hit me up. You want this machine? I got it.
Yeah, you want it? Yeah.
I ain't trying to sell you. I literally have the life force in my hand. You need what I have. Let me help me help you. Yeah. You know, help me help you figure out the financing, whatever it is. You guys heard me. This guy makes $600 a month. He got his machine. So it's like that has the tragedy and the hurdles before a month, right before I opened up my clothing boutique business. My dad passed away. Like, how are you going to open up a clothing boutique to risk everything, put everything on the line, and then your dad passes away and you're in charge of that? You guys are like, no, I still felt like a kid. I'm writing a book right now because I'm like, I know the moment that my childhood was gone, and I was 27, but I was still like my mind wasn't there, and I just remember my life will never be the same.
Was a trajectory, to really make you to catapult you to adulthood, and it's me. And you have to depend on you and bet on you.
You gotta bet on you. Who's gonna bet on you if you ain't betting on yourself? You know, like, who's gonna bet on you? You ain't betting on yourself. If you're scared, I was just talking about this with my team. What does the fear come from? Where does the fear? Because there should become a point in your life where you should be more fearful by not taking this idea that birthed in your brain and your heart and your soul, and you go out and do the work you're talking about, Brittany, doing the inner work that you need to do. Amanda, talking about doing the inner work that you need to do, because it's a tough world out here and it's not going to get any easier, but you do get stronger. You get stronger and you learn these lessons. I don't care how old you are, right? Like, I don't care how you're gaining these lessons.
I tell myself that every day. Every day I have to give myself a pep talk. The last 4 years of my life being in business has just been all over the place. Like, I've been having so much thrown at me because of my past. That's all they have is my past. They can't speak nothing that I've done within these 4 years. I ain't even gonna say they can't speak on it. They don't want to speak on the good things that I've done within these 4 years. They can only speak on my past, and it's like they holding on to that. And they just throw butter knives at me every day. Every day I have to die like a butter knife. Like, it's crazy.
Thanks, Whitney.
The fear comes from, but I be sitting here thinking, like, I'm more afraid of not doing it than afraid of doing it. Because what are the odds? I'm gonna be sitting here wondering and mad at myself for not doing it, or letting these butter knives, I'm saying, knock me off my pedestal, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lie. So, like, I feel you. The world is cruel, baby, but never give up. Never give up.
Never give up.
It's never too late. I don't care how old you are. I'm 33 years old with 3 kids. And guess what? In my boutique, I had a daycare for my babies, because we was gonna open that boutique up every day.
Yeah.
We had lunch together, we prayed together, we talked to customers
Yeah.
together, and I'm gonna keep going and keep going and keep going, because it can't.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that, because it's I love what you said about I say that all the time, Amanda. I say that all the time, Amanda. I say that I would be more, there comes a time, and someone put, I think fear comes from lack of knowledge, or a lack mindset. There was a time where I was like, if I think about my life and I end up being 80 years old and I never opened up that boutique, that scares me more. That scares me more. Because imagine I never opened the boutique. I wouldn't have these lessons. I wouldn't have this wisdom. I wouldn't have these experiences. I would have never met Vanessa, who changed my life, who put a stamp on my heart. My sister, she's passed away, but I'm carrying that torch, because the energy doesn't die. So what does that legacy look like for me and you? You know, what does that legacy look like for what we're going to leave behind? What people are going to say for us when we're not here? How many people's lives are going to say, she impacted my life positively? Not because, well, yeah, because she sold me a water machine. Of course, the water changes people's lives. Justine on the live right now, helping her babies with autism, helping her babies with diabetes, losing weight. It's just like, once you get people that are out there sharing this, it's just like, no, like, the people need to know. And also too, helping people get stronger in their mentality, because I just think that there's a lot of weak-minded people out there. And we got to link arms. We got to link arms with each other, because the world will tell you everything that you can't do. People will come into your ear and be like, are you sure? Don't do that. That's not theirs. That's risky. That's this. Well, I don't want your life. The people that are telling me this stuff, I don't want your life. Because if I'm buying your opinion, I'm buying your life.
Right.
So come correct when you come to me, or don't come at all.
Say it again, Whitney, because I don't think I heard you in the back.
Come correct when you come to me, or don't come at all. Okay.
Thanks.
Like,
because I am not buying your life, honey, so I can't buy your opinion. You know what? If you guys didn't get the first gems, here we are again. Because yeah, you really can't, and you can't hold on to somebody else's fears, because I think that's a lot of times where that starts to resonate with you, and something that you wanted to do, someone spoke fear into that, and now you've created this scenario where you can't do it because they can't do it.
And they're projecting that onto you, and then you start thinking, can I do it? What if this? What if this? What if this? Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. You're gonna fail. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna fail. It's gonna be hard. It ain't gonna be
Telling
easy.
your dreams to a small-minded person will kill it. Because baby, they minds is this little.
Yes.
So when you said that you're going to fail, can you tell us about a time when you experienced failure or a setback that tested like your resilience, and then how did you overcome it?
Yeah, I mean, it was just always, the boutique was always a struggle. The boutique was always hard. The boutique was, there never was a time where the boutique was easy, okay? So, like, we struggled a lot. I mean, there would be some times where people, like, we wouldn't even have people coming in the door, and I'm, like, paying $3,000 rent, and I, like, maybe sold $100, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing, you know? And so that was really hard. And then just the whole boutique experience was hard. When my business partner quit, that was hard, because I was like, wow, I have all this debt. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm alone. And I really had to, like, soul search and be like, can I do this on my own? What am I gonna do? What does that future look like, right? And I was able to navigate that, and I was able to persist. And all of that just gave me, I call it rhino skin, where you get rhino skin, and like, it's like I said, it's like you're doing the reps, right? You're not going to get the muscles if you're not like doing the reps. So I was doing the reps. I was getting the rhino skin. And so yeah, like I ultimately I ended up closing the boutique. I never fully profited in the boutique because there was just so much overhead. So that felt like a failure, even though even though it's not a failure, I learned so much. I wouldn't be who I am had I not had those trials and tribulations. I wouldn't be here with this wisdom. I wouldn't be teaching you all about tax codes. Y'all need to join my Money Making Friends group where I'm talking about, like, I'm trying to teach people about the IRS, okay? You take out the space in between the IRS and it's theirs, okay? But what about ours?
Right. And I know you said that you wouldn't be who you are today if you wouldn't went through those trials and errors. But my question is, would you do it all over again?
I would, because I know where it's getting. I just wish that I could tell the scared Whitney, the Whitney that put her whole life on the line, the Whitney that like just questioned herself and just worked every single day, day in and day out. I mean, I even had a second job. I was cocktail waitressing. Me and my business partner, we would tap in and tap out, like, because I was like, I'm not taking from the business. The business needs this income. The business needs that money. You know, you need to feed the business because the business is not you. It's the business. It's a different entity, right? Like, and your business needs that cash flow, and most businesses will die because they don't have that cash flow that they need. But I would do it all over. I would do it all over again. And I would just tell my younger self is that like everything is leading you. Everything is a stepping stone leading you, and you're safe. You're safe. Because I've been living in fight or flight. I've been living in survival mode. I've been living in the masculine, and I have stopped nurturing my feminine. I pulled this. I was like, what are the things that I used to do that bring me joy? And I'm like, I used to draw. I used to paint. I can sing. You know, somebody's like, you look at my video, I'm like twerking at our women's networking group. I'm like, I can do it all. I don't know. But I'm like, I pulled out this drawing, and this drawing that I did, and this drawing, like, I'm like, I did this over 10 years ago, and now I'm like, Whit, you're safe. You know, you're safe, and you're gonna be okay, and everything's leading you up to this purpose. And ladies, I see myself on stages. I've already been speaking on stage, on an international stage in Italy in front of 1,000 people. I'm the host to a 1,000-person event that's coming up in October that you guys should actually join in virtually. To be called up and to be doing that. And now I'm like, okay, now I get to balance that feminine and that masculine. I don't have to be in survival mode anymore. I don't have to question, is this the right path for me? I know this is my path. I know where I'm going. I know that the trials and tribulations and all the testing, man, fighting with the IRS, losing my business partner, changing locations, like all of the things that come along with being
then pandemic.
And now I'm just like, dang, like they're throwing the whole kitchen sink at us over here. And I'm like, I'm giving up. I got this. I'm clawing, I'm scratching, and I'm just like, you know what? Maybe knocked down, but never knocked out, because like a real entrepreneur is never gonna quit. A real entrepreneur will bob, weave, and pivot and do what they gotta do in order to come out on top. And that's where I see myself, on top. I see myself speaking on stages. I see like Tony Robbins with the Whitney, the female version, because we need more strong women in the space. You know, we need more women getting out there. We need more women of color getting out there, being visible, right? Like I was talking to somebody, she's like, where are my sisters at? I was like, girl, we gotta you could come, girl. I'm like, we close in the gap.
Right. She's like, come, bring
I was like, come on. Okay.
I love it.
So it's just like,
no, seriously, because you're like, that's what I'm saying. You're seeing it lack. Like, that's what she said to me. She's like, no, come. She was like telling me, you can come to, where were you going? Like Costa Rica, I think, at the time, or you're about to go. She's like, come. I was like, I mean, Whitney, hold on. I know that. Hold on, you're already there, baby. I gotta.
Girl,
but she was like, she was like really explaining, like, because we need to be there. Like, that's what she's trying to tell me. But little you're like, wait, what? Can I? And she was, for someone like her, she just automatically, it's a belief. And you do have to be full force with it. And she gives you that immediately. So that's why you're speaking on stages everywhere. So know that you really are in your real elements. You're in alignment completely. I see you that's when I saw you, just the trajectory was crazy. I was like, okay, she's really speaking now. She's speaking her truth. Like, seriously. I saw your truth, because it was like, yes, it was about the water and you were telling us, and it was great. And, you know, like I said, I was all in. But then I was like, okay, that's who I met when I started seeing your videos again. And like, you were talking about who you are and what real women power looks like. And it was like, yeah, I don't know if you guys are still buying water, but I'm buying this. You know what I mean? So I'm beyond proud of you. Honestly, it is amazing. That's why I wanted everyone to see. I wanted to be on all platforms of just me asking these questions that I've had over the years, and just now that I'm healed and seeing what you're doing, things like that, knowing that our voices have to be out there, I thought, you know, hey, let's join. But I'm just so amazed. Like I said, I'm in awe because you're really telling the truth.
I appreciate you, and I just say, like, I just want to empower the people to be their authentic self. You know, like,
there, I thought, you know, hey, let's join. But I'm just so amazed. Like I said, I'm in awe because you're really telling the truth.
I appreciate you, and I just say, like, I just want to empower the people to be their authentic self. You know, like, I ain't everybody's cup of tea. I'm more like a shot of whiskey. I ain't trying to, you know, like, I ain't trying to be for everybody. I'm trying to be for the people that like you, Britt, you're like, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
I see you. I see what you're doing. I see where you're going. I see your purpose. I see your intentions. I'm not here to sell you a water machine. I'm here to change your life.
Yeah.
Are you on that tip? Like, are you on that tip? Because, like, that's what I'm here to do. And too,
yeah, my mom says she has power. Yeah.
Thinking about Costa Rica too. Dude, that was 2 years ago. Like, how crazy am I? I'm like, the world's fucking going through a pandemic. Let's go to Costa Rica.
I was like, what, Whitney? Yeah. She kept saying it. I was like,
and girl, we went, and there was 13 people that went on our first retreat, and we because they were like, hey, one of you got COVID, you all stayed. So we were like, we were sipping our water, like, we ain't getting sick out here in Costa Rica, right? I was like, we're staying hydrated with the healthiest water.
I was like, are you sure? I kept asking her, like, right now? You're gonna go like in a week? Yeah, it was the middle of pandemic. Like, we barely had the breast cancer walk, so I was really confused.
You're like, wait, is it the world shutting down? I'm like, yeah, it's a great time. Nobody's on the planes. Let's go.
Yeah, she's like, come on, no one's there. Yeah. She goes, the tickets will be really cheap. Let's go. That's why. That's why, Whitney. They're going to be cheap because, but no. And then I saw, and I was like, oh my gosh, she did it. Like, it was crazy.
Girl,
I was amazed.
That's what's up.
But fear stopped me. And look at what she's doing.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Yeah, you have to go for it. You have to know that, hey, now I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to get sick. And she did.
And you guys, like, just, you know, get out there and just live authentically. Live authentically. Get out there, share your voice, share your story. Get out there and stop being a consumer of social media, and get out there and start telling your truth, because the person with the lowest level of influence still has the ability to impact over 10,000 people in their lifetime. So who are you going to be at impact with your story, you guys? We are all our own marketing, you know, with this digital era, okay? Right. Like, literally, like, the internet's still new, y'all. You know, I mean, I'm 37.
Yeah.
We grew up in a time there was no internet.
That's what I said. We grew up with it. Right. Yeah, I'm 36. So,
like, there was a time
I was just saying that. I was like, remember Palm Pilots? That was like the most technology we had.
Playing Snake on the phone, right? Pagers, sending codes through pagers. Kids don't even know what pagers are these days. And I'm like, y'all, you don't even know. Like, we're at, like, the infancy stages of how many lives that we can touch around the world. We're in 3 different states right now. There's people that are going to be watching this. Drop where you're going to be watching this, like, what state you're at, what country you're in, because that's what we have. We have the ability to change people's stories. And or change people's lives with our stories. So just get out there, and if there's something that you want to pursue in your life and in your dream, don't first of all, let death scare you and be like, I gotta get moving, because my time here is not promised. I have 2 beautiful women that were my soul sisters.
Very limited.
It's just like, it's like, that's not promised. So every day that I have air in my lungs, it's a great day. Let's go out and flex some shit up. And make some power moves and continue to get better. I'm stretching myself. Like, when you see me and you're like, oh my God, she's on stage and wow, she's posting a lot and all of this. This is me stretching myself to the identity that God created me to be. But it's like most people will walk around and they won't even have the boldness or they'll live in that fear, and they'll never understand or reach their full potential. And that's what you should be fearful of. You shouldn't be fearful of jumping and taking the risk. You got to risk it for the biscuit. You should be fearful of being 80, 90 years old, looking back on your life and having regrets and going, what if, what if, what if? I know
I made
that
that
ain't gonna
post
be
the other
me.
day. Like, a lot of us, we in our 30s, and we're gonna be looking back like, dang, we ain't did nothing but went to the club, fighting, just doing stuff for nothing, drugs. They gonna have nothing to look back on.
Yeah, and then we blink, and then we're like gonna be next birthday. I'm gonna be 38 years old. I'm like, I'm like, that's 2 years from
stopping here, so
right, like, and
I'm stopping here, so I don't know what you mean. I'm done.
I'm staying 37 forever, and this is just that we're gonna have
36. This is it.
Ladies,
but with that,
so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I'm gonna continue to reach out to you guys. And this has just been such a pleasure. It's been so refreshing to speak with both of you, and knowing that both of you are on your game. And hey, no butter knives. We gotta get next to each other and be like, hey, let's sharpen this iron, baby, because because that's what it's all about.
And if you could, Whitney, just drop all of your links and your pages so that everyone can follow, like, share.
Yes.
And you can even put them in the chat if you'd like, just so we can have that.
I'm like, what do I got? My links. What do I got? Y'all can check out my demo video. All right. Y'all can join my Money Making Friends group, free Facebook group where I put you all on game. Okay. Awesome. And I'll put them in the comment section too, like when you post. But yeah, I'll love to. I'll keep inviting you guys to stuff that I'm doing, because it's like you got to stay close to the fire. You know, you got to stay close to the fire, because what happens when you get close to the fire? You're gonna get lit. Okay, and we're gonna get lit.
So Vision of Fashion said, how much is the Miracle Machine?
You know what? It's a lot, but it's cheaper than buying bottled water for life. Okay, so send me a message and I'll get you all of that. Also, too, the machine's 100% tax deductible, which is amazing. Because I love teaching people about write-offs. And then you have the ability, if you get the tax deduction, to really broker it globally, like around the world. I see my girl Melissa just joined in.
So if you're a business owner, especially, remember, this is tax deductible, especially for your business, LLCs, any type of nonprofits, Vision of Fashion.
Yeah.
So definitely link with her. So she's nonprofit. So link with her for sure. She can get you in touch with that and make sure that your whole organization is this machine.
I actually work with a nonprofit, and she has the machine in the nonprofit's entity name, and she gives the machine to cancer patients and people with autoimmune issues for free. And then she also gives the water to her donors, and then she also tells her donors, like, hey, if you like this water, another way that you can support is just buying this through the nonprofit. That money circles back into the nonprofit, because nonprofits are a business. Nonprofits need money too. And what if nonprofits are always doing? They're always fundraising, always getting money. So I come in with like different, like I come in as kind of like a business coach. I'm like, we could do this with the business, this with the nonprofit, right? So definitely reach out, and I look forward to that. But Amanda, Brittany, this is so refreshing. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I love to
and
be.
This is Whitney Marie official, everyone. So please follow. This will be posted on every platform. So that's YouTube, Facebook, of course, Instagram, of course, and Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Music. So thank you, everyone, for joining Sister Soul Sessions. This is episode 11. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much again, Whitney.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Amanda. Keep it up, ladies.
Problem.
I see you, and keep it up.
Thank you so much.